So we've been covering the rollout of the vaccine nationally, and especially focusing, I think rightfully so, on the corruption that's been going on in regards to that. With here in LA and other areas where there's a number of rich people, them getting sort of early access to it, or at least trying to write big checks to get it. We talked about in Florida, them setting up these pop-up clinics in areas that are extremely wealthy and that have people who donated large sums of money to Governor Ron DeSantis. Well, now we have issues in LA as well. So you will be shocked to find out that as of right now, deep inequities have emerged in vaccine administration in California, with white and Asian residents in affluent areas being inoculated at much higher rates than Black and Latino people in poor areas. That is a bad thing, but that's not the bad thing we're focusing on here. What we're focusing on is because of that, a program was set up to try to fix a bit of this. So for people who would qualify to get a vaccine, but might be Black or Latino or in some other group where it's harder to get an appointment for it, they wanted to set up this new program. And what it was gonna do was it was gonna provide special access codes that enabled people to make appointments on the My Turn vaccine scheduling website. The codes are provided to community organizations to be distributed to people in largely Black and Latino communities. They're intended to be used for people in communities of color who are otherwise also vaccine eligible, including healthcare workers and those older than 65, but who might, for a variety of reasons, have difficulty getting an appointment. But are you shocked to find out that the codes did not end up going principally to those people? They've been circulating in group texts and messages among the wealthier work from home set in Los Angeles, according to the Times. Many of those people are not yet eligible for the vaccine under state rules. So they're both not in the communities that were targeted. They're not even eligible to get a vaccine, but they're the ones that have been getting the codes. And the thing is, once you have the code, you go to the website, it doesn't say anything about this being designed for communities of color or anything like that. It's just a place where you can sign up for a code. And so somebody is handing them out for the wealthy. They're then giving it to other people. Now the state is canceling some appointments that have been made after the Times inquired about it, but we don't know how many successful appointments were carried out, how many outstanding codes might still be floating around. So in the end, this program, which was designed to fix some of the gap, is actually working to exacerbate it.
And here we go, just another Tuesday in the great United States of America. And it's funny. I know of some people who've gotten the vaccine in the weirdest of ways. I know someone who drove their parents to get vaccinated. There was a hiccup with the line. They ended up putting them in another line, and they all got vaccinated, and her included. I just think that America is gonna America, and that's what America's always done to its citizens and communities of color. And when we say that we've been hated in this country and mistreated and abused, and you have those people who are telling us to get over it. You've been free for how long now? Slavery is over. But is it really? Like, this is just because you took the shackles off. The fact that people in communities of color who have been showing up for these essential jobs during this pandemic to service their fellow citizens, and because they have to maintain, anyway, their jobs so that they can survive, but they still have shown up because some people decided not to show up. And the fact that we can't properly service our healthcare workers, it's just, it's just out of control in this country. And those of you who call me a communist, which I am not. If I was, I would proudly say I am a communist because I ain't scared of y'all, but I'm not. But those are the people who hijack the talking points of those of us who want to create equity. And this is the moment where people who call themselves allies and say they want to be allies and have the Black Lives Matter signs up in their windows and are showing up, all the right places on social media. This is how you provide use your privilege to help provide equality and equity for people in communities of color, is you move out of the way because you know that you're okay. and let the elderly, just like you fight for your own parents in our communities, get the vaccinations that they need. And this is why I don't fall for the allyship, the performative allyship of a lot of white people who go around speaking the talking points, and they got the followers and they get on the shows and they say all the right things. But then when you do a deep dive into a lot of these people, they're the ones that are doing this. And listen, white poor people too get ignored a lot in this. And even though some of them may hate me because I'm a brown woman, there's a lot of people who just get disserviced in this country, and they show up for work every day. So I'm not surprised that any of this is happening. I just think that it's funny that we get to read about it, we become desensitized to it, and then we just go about our business and it just goes unchecked.
Yeah. Well, hopefully with the media investigation of this, they'll, I don't know, check when people use the codes. I mean, the gap exists, so something has to be done. But clearly, like you cannot be shocked that there's corruption with these vaccines. Like, sure, there's like a third of the country that wants nothing to do with the vaccine, but there's also at least a third of the country that would do literally anything to get it right now. And it's very hard to get. And so when you give people like control over its distribution, it's gonna be so corrupt. And so you have to have people watching other people and people watching those first people too. Anyway, what's that?
It's exhausting. It's like, all of it is just connected, right? It's like we've devolved, and as advanced as we think that we are, and as pompous as we are to think that we are the greatest country in the world because we think we have these alleged freedoms that they continuously tell us we have, but anytime we try to exercise, they squash us for it. It's just exhausting to constantly have to be reminded that you're less than in this country when it comes to even the most basic of things.
Yeah, 100%.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.